Welcome back, guys, and today we're going to discuss continuation of our lesson on correct proportion in drawing for illustration this school year. So ako nga pala si Teacher Say of Angeles City Senior High School Schools Division of Angeles City. So let's start. So for today, we're going to discuss correct proportions in drawing. This is a continuation of our lesson last time. So let's start. Today, we're going to talk about horizon, vanishing point, ground plane, orthogonal lines, and perspective drawing. So first question is, what makes a 3D image look so realistic? You may pause this video and write your answer on the comment section down below. So when we talk about horizon, the first topic, the horizon is the line for which the sky meets the land or water below. The height of the horizon will affect the placement of the vanishing point or points as well as the scene's eye level. So we talked about this one in our previous lessons, in the previous grading, wherein a horizon is a horizontal line that divides your illustration from top and bottom, okay, the sky and the ground or the water. Okay. The higher it gets, it changes the scenery. It changes how you will see your illustration or how you will portray your illustration. And then we have vanishing point. The vanishing point is the place where parallel lines appear to come together in the distance. Okay, so later I'll show you a picture of this one. A scene can have a limitless number of vanishing points. Okay, so later there is a vanishing point have a purpose in perspective drawing, so we'll talk about it later. Ground plane. The ground plane is a horizontal surface below the horizon. It could be land or water. Okay, again, I can't show you the image, but you will see later that the the ground plane basically is the ground or the water itself. Okay. Then we have orthogonal lines. Orthogonal lines are lines which are directed to a vanishing point. The parallel lines of railroad tracks, for example. The word orthogonal actually means right angle. It refers to the right angles formed by lines such as the corners of a cube shown in perspective. Okay. So what I'm talking earlier was this one. Okay. So this is the horizon, which divides top and bottom of your illustration. Then we have the vanishing point, this area in the middle, okay, wherein this is the focus of your orthogonal lines. Okay, if you notice here, orthogonal lines are forming 90-degree angle, a right angle. Okay, and then anything below the horizontal or horizon is what we call the ground plane. These orthogonal lines are just imaginary lines that will help you, that will guide you when you are drawing, so that your proportions would be the same. For example, you're going to draw a line here to signify the division in a road. It will help you how thick or how long the lines are. If you have trees here, it will have different sizes because the distance differ. Okay, so let's talk about perspective drawing. First, we have 1-point perspective. A 1-point perspective is often used for compositions that look at objects from the front. Remember, it's from the front. Lines extending from the foreground to the background gather or converge at one point. The vanishing point will always be on the horizontal line or eye level of the scene, which represents the height of the eye of the observer. So if we will look here, okay, this is a 1-point perspective. We all know that this is 1-point perspective because you only have one vanishing point. Okay, so if you will create a railway here, you will notice that it changes its angle. Okay, because the vanishing point is over here and you have your orthogonal lines that guides you on your railway here. Okay, remember that it should be at the eye level of the viewer or the illustrator. And then we have two-point perspective. Two-point perspective is used for compositions that look at objects at an angle. As it is close to what the human eye normally sees, it is the most used perspective when drawing manga backgrounds and illustrations. Two-point perspective have the two vanishing points placed at the far left and far right of your illustration. In two-point perspective, in addition to depth, lines representing width also converge. As seen in the example below, two lines going in different directions converge on their respective vanishing points. So this is what I'm talking about. Okay, so if you notice here, we have a vanishing point over here and a vanishing point again over here. Then we have two pairs of orthogonal lines. What you will do here is, using this orthogonal lines, you will form the object. It will not be the same as one-point perspective. Okay, and it will have a different point of view compared to your one-point perspective as well. Okay, it will have a different angle. It can be tilted the side just like this one, unlike your one-point perspective. And then we have three-point perspective. Three-point perspective is used for drawing compositions that are looking up at a larger object or looking down from a high place. So possible this could be used on the worm view or the bird's eye view. Okay, or yes, it's a bird's eye view. Three-point perspective is similar to two-point perspective. It has left and right vanishing points on the horizon. Additionally, there is a third vanishing point either below or above the horizon. In the three-point perspective, lines representing height stretch towards a third vanishing point. So if you look at this illustration here, again, there's a horizon, there's horizon, a vanishing point 1 and 2 which are within the horizon, and another vanishing point that will signify the height and the depth of the object. Okay? So if you notice, this will have a different look compared to your previous cube that was in the first one, which is one-point perspective, another different one on the two-point perspective. Now this is another angle for your three-point perspective. So why do we need to understand how to draw different kinds of perspectives in our illustration? Again, you may post this video and write your answer in the comment section down below. So remember, according to Albert Einstein, be inspired, imagination is more important than knowledge. And for our next topic, layout of figures and objects according to requirements. So I hope you've learned something with our lesson, and we'll see you again next time.